I'm very excited to see what Soul has cooked up over the last 90 days. And I'm sure that you're going to have a fabulous, fabulous time watching. Thank you so much for joining us here at Speedromizer. Soul, take it away.
So yeah, hello again. Like I said, I knew I was doing this run. So I've gone from the hosting seat to the running seat, and yeah, we're running this game. Because it turns out if you gave me a nickel for each time I have run a PlayStation game on Speedromizer, I'd have 2 nickels. It's not a lot, but it's funny that it's happened twice.
Goodbye.
Anyways. So this is Oddworld Abe's Oddysee. This is a weird game. Abe has a lot of ways to kind of end. But we're gonna get through these stages very quickly. You're gonna see this thing. We don't care about this. This is just a cheesy promo for another game. But time starts a little bit weirdly, so I'll just kind of announce when it's gonna be starting. So just wait for me to say go. But I'm gonna do this.
Follow me.
And then it should be 3, 2, 1, go. And there's a lot of cutscenes, but the very short version of what's happening is Abe is a janitor, and he just found out that the newest product at Rupture Farms is him. They want to make something called Modocan Pops. They're made with real Modocan. That's a problem. So we're gonna try to say, well, what the game wants us to do is save the other Modocans and then get out of here. We're not gonna save any. We're gonna save 1, and only because we have to. And hopefully we're gonna get through this. Good. That is, so we're pretty safe. That Slid tries to chase us. That Slid falls. There is very little downtime in, like, at any point of this run. I'm going to be doing a lot. And it's also surprisingly precise. Thankfully, this game does run off a tile-based system that does make it a little bit easier, but also surprisingly hard at times. I have definitely overshot several things and undershot them just as many. Also, don't worry about it, Modocan, he'll be fine. He will not be showing up for Abe's Exodus, though. I'm gonna play that safe. I'm gonna play that safe. That went weird. And that is actually most of Rupture Farms. There's one more little thing we'll be doing. Hopefully I don't mess this up either. But yeah, there is like no downtime. I am doing something at pretty much every moment, and the very few moments that I'm not is because something has to load, and even then it loads pretty quickly the way it's set up. Yeah, also I am probably making this look a little easy. It is not easy. It was not easy. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. But that was the first stage. That's it, and pretty much now we've escaped Rupture Farms. We're trying to we're just kind of like on the lam at this point. We're trying to run around and stuff. We don't want to be near these things here. They're called scrabs. They are very territorial and they will eat us. And then we're going to just keep on going. We're gonna run into that bomb because that happens sometimes if I don't jump at the right moment. It's fine. We just respawn real quickly, and there we are. Nothing happened. It's fine. We'll just try again. That was a little too early. Yeah, so I said at the start of this run, Abe can die a lot. There are so many ways for Abe to die. Like, you can run into a slid and it's shot. You can get blown up by a mine because you moved into it. You can get hit by bats. You can fall. You can get electrocuted. It's a whole thing. And hopefully we get through these without too much hassle now. But luckily we're good now. damage just dropped down here, and we're not quite done with this part of it yet. So we're gonna do this little bit of a roll. I'm gonna get there, I'm gonna roll back away, and I'm gonna roll back in again, and I'm just gonna roll past that slid. That slid just, ran into a bomb. That slid is gone. And then finally, we have the final part of this. This is called the... So, that's a slog. They're basically a dog, except... weird. But they're basically dogs. They are mean. They're mean, they are slightly RNG. They can just kind of hit me sometimes. That one won't, because they went into a mine. That one won't, because they went into a mine. And that's the end of the stockyard, so we're actually done. And now, pretty much after that, Abe is fallen. Abe fell, kind of bumped his head, and found this person with a really big mask. And pretty much, it's there's a whole thing, but the short version is... How did I do that? Damn. It's okay. But the very short version is, in some respects, he's kind of like a chosen one. And I tried to do this better. For the moment, though, right now I'm trying to get through this room, and then we have to kind of deal with natives. These natives are supposed to give you, like, a pass, like a thing to, repeat. I'm gonna reset that, because that was a little bit weird. We'll get this. But in the meantime, Tara, if you've got any potential messages or anything to say, this would be a good time for it as I try to get through this.
Oh, absolutely. So we have a $5 donation here from Illegally Sam. Simply Shack. That's the entire donation, just Shack. Putting a little bit towards a bonus level showcase and a poll as well. Thank you so much. And...
There we go. Sometimes things are weird and it takes a while to get it the white work right. This game is very precise if you don't do things quite the right way. Usually it is punished by agent and jail. Also, we're gonna play it safe. We're gonna possess this slid here, and then we're just gonna do that. He's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. He was complaining about a headache. He doesn't have a headache anymore. Good news. And now for a second native. I did that too slow. Yeah, the intended solution is they'll do like a series of things. They want you to repeat them, and then they'll let you through safely. If you don't do it, they hit you with a slingshot. But also, if we're fast, we can just do things like that and just kind of run through them as they're in the middle of their whole sequence. Case in point with this one. If I have him chant 3 times, I just get through. Just like that, he doesn't do anything. Hopefully the rest of this will go a little bit more smoothly, though.
If a stranger came up to me and just started chanting, I'd probably let them through too, to be honest.
To be fair, a lot of stuff in this game will do weird actions if you do that. There's only 2 things we can possess, though. One of those are slids, again, the little yellow enemy thing with a gun, and bell chimes. And those are for the... Okay. Very important I get those off of me. If they stay on me too long, they also kill me. Again, a lot of stuff can kind of just ruin Abe. But yeah, we can also possess the bells, and they will play a song. We'll actually be doing that quite a bit for this portion of the run. I did not do that quite right. Yeah, and for some reason, that little weird series of inputs actually gives us just enough delay to make them not slingshot us. We're actually almost done with the Mosaic Lines, this stage is called. So you see these two here, Paramonia and Stravania. We can know these in any order we actually want, but we're gonna go to Paramonia first. There's not really any big reason behind it, other than just that's how I've got it set up, and that's the one I'm gonna do. And this also is where we start to see an animal called an Ellum. It's basically a camel, except not. But I'm gonna roll in here, I'm gonna roll back, and that Slit just walks off. Slit just walks off, that's it. And there's Ellum. And I'm gonna toss these rocks. And hopefully not miss this jump. Let's see if we did it. Okay, good. We didn't miss the jump, that's very important.
Hello, hello.
Oh, I did it out of order. It's okay. We'll do it again.
Hello, hello.
That's on me. I made a misinput.
These things happen to the best of us. You've done this game. You've been running for, what, 90 days?
More or less. But also, shoutouts to the other Modokans who give you a password and then they always end it with a fart. Just in case you were curious. Yeah, also we just learned that Slid has no chance. It's on them, they were standing in front of it. And we're gonna throw that on top of them, because, Ellum likes honey, but hates bees. And so, we throw the hive down. Okay, that should... Okay, that's it. So it's just gonna kind of walk forward until it gets the bees off them. And now we can finally get back on. Put a couple of jumps to get across. And this shouldn't be... Oop. Okay. That's not a problem. Just carefully get up here. Throw this last rock against the wall. Get on the ledge so we don't get hit by the bomb. Because if we get hit by the bomb, I don't have to explain what happens. It's a bomb. It explodes. And Abe is very squishy and will not survive that. But we'll take this whole thing up. These slids won't do anything because we're not gonna stop anywhere near them. And hopefully we did this part right. No, that's okay. That's okay. Or it's probably like a tile off. This section is weird. I'm actually chained in the Dever 10 of those jumps. And it sounds like, oh, that's hard to time. It's actually not, because I can just hold down R1 and triangle and just do it all at once. I'm not sure if that's good. No, it's not. I'm doing it too early. I'm doing it too early, and that's an easy fix. Also, I'm still seeing the Shacks in chat, and I'm just in here like, I don't know if we want to call Ellum Shack. Alright, that might be good. Yeah, that's good. It's 10. And now we can just kind of make our way through this kind of casually and safely. Could have been better, but I'll take it. Then we have one more password we have to do. This one, the game expects us to find it beforehand.
Hello. Hello. Password.
We already know what the password is. Because the password does not change between runs. That is a static thing as long as you know what the password is. So we can just enter it because we already know it. And then we're gonna fall off of this. We're gonna actually walk off because Evelyn doesn't take fall damage. Abe does.
Wait, what?
Okay, cool. I actually made that jump. That jump is surprisingly deceptive because of the shadow. It is easy to just kind of not do the jump correctly and then fall. So we're gonna also take this lid, run to the next screen, shoot this one so they're gone, and then find fresh set over one. I don't have a good way to put it. And that gets us into the temple. Now, the temple has a lot going on. I'm going to play this also pretty safe, just because I know there's a lot of moving parts for this one. This is the casual way they want you to do. This is the casual way, the dev intended solution, or at least a dev intended solution. Same as before, possess slid, shoot slot, get rid of slid. Done. There is a whole sequence for that, where you kind of like jump over the slid and sneak over to this, and then potentially have the slot chasing you the whole time. Hey, that was actually very good. That was a very good entry. This world is very odd. Very, very odd. Very evil. Lots of stuff doesn't like Abe. By the way, that's a paramite. They're kinda like dogs. But they actually make like dog-ish noises sometimes. But they won't do anything to us unless they're cornered, and then they'll fight. So a lot of this is just gonna be moving ourselves in a way or distracting them with meat so they don't do anything to us. That one we'd have another way to deal with it. So I'm gonna hit this, and then I'm gonna trigger that, since this giant rolling rock down. And there we go, there's the paramite. The paramite gets bouldered. But through each of these temples, we have to hit hit those and make them light up. Like, basically this whole thing is a test for Abe. And there's our bait. I'm gonna grab it. That paramite's gonna run the other way. I'm gonna jump up here so this one does not get cornered. And then we're gonna play the bell song and get out of here. We're gonna be using that bait a bunch. That bait is very important. We use it for like half of the trials in this particular temple. This is also one of the hardest parts of the run. There's a lot that can happen, and if you mess any of it up, you have to restart the entire trial, so it's easy to lose minutes here because of it. So I am going to play this kind of carefully, and we should be fine. Into this room. Okay, we got it. That's one of the harder parts of that room. And then we're gonna make our way back up. Hopefully we don't get hit by the bees. Alright, this looks good. We should be fine. Alright, the bees will be on us, but they won't be on us long enough to matter. And then we have 2 more paramites we got to worry about. I'm going to play this safe, and I'm going to lure it over, crush it with that rock. I'm going to go into this room real quick. That'll get the other one's attention. I'm going to roll back over here, and I'm going to repeat that process real quick. Because there is a much faster way to do this. You can also kind of like slide into the door, and it's really cool if you do it right. Because the Paramite is supposed to hit Abe, but we go through the door and it doesn't do anything. Unfortunately, it is very easy to mess that up, and this is the end of the trial. It feels really bad to mess up here, because then it's like you have to do the entire thing over. It is absolutely a run killer, and apparently it's a bit of a rite of passage to have a run die there. This one, we're going to be a little careful, because if I do inputs in a certain, if I jump in a certain spot, I can actually make the game crash. We should be fine, though, as long as I don't do anything weird. Alright, that's fine. Alright, very good. Very good. That one is definitely easier said. That was also like a rough one. You can mess up easily at the end. Thankfully, this one is actually one of the easier trials. Because we bait that slit again with the same one we've been using since the first trial. And this one's gonna keep running from us, and that's not what it should be doing. Case in point. Case in point, the Paramite doesn't survive. Somehow we barely lived through that. And I'm gonna get the heck out of here. They're probably gonna come after us, and then that happens. So we trust another one. And then we're through the trial. That trial is actually gonna be the reason we wanted that bait from the first one. And apart from the other trials we've been using it in, it's the one where we finally just actually use it fully. Because if Paramites eat it long enough, they'll actually eat the whole thing. And weird thing with chanting that makes that one not attack me, and instead just runs the other way. And because we set ourselves up like we did, yeah, that slit tries to run from us, goes into the mines, and dies.
Hello. Hello.
That's a lot of things to do. Also, we do have a flashing light warning coming up in the next room, so be mindful of that in the next couple seconds. Okay, the flashing lights are done. And then if I am careful, we jump down here and we land safely into this. If I don't land into that, Abe dies because fall damage. And then we have 2 more Paramites that will come down, but they come down way too late to do anything of importance. And then finally we have our last trial. This one's a little bit rough.
Wait.
Let's see if I did this right.
Ow. Wait. Ow.
Okay, we got it. Alright, I'm gonna play this carefully. This one on hold there. That slot runs into the bomb. So we don't have to worry about that slot anymore. And hopefully we don't mess up the last bits of this. Which, as long as we do things carefully, we should be fine. Okay, the trials honestly actually went very safely this time. But we're not done with the temple. After the temple, we finally opened the main area, and that actually puts us into the nests of the very things we've been trying to like deal with and avoid and bait. So we have to get into like the temple, further inside the temple. That's the better way to put it. It's not really, we're already in the temple. It's more like we're getting into like the inner sanctum kind of deal. This is definitely easier said, so I'm going to be kind of quiet for the moment. Okay, we're doing dead. Okay, we're in the clear. Then we did our bait. Drop in here. And that's the Paramonian Temple. And I'm gonna make sure I don't mess that up because I have actually gone there too fast and then fell. If that happens, you redo the entire thing. Anyways, I'm gonna make my way to the next area. So if there's any time for messages, any messages, this is a good time for them as I just make my way over there.
Absolutely. There's one I've been meaning to read for a while, but I wanted to check with you. Did you read a donation from Kaiser towards the end of your hosting shift? Okay. Well, in that case, thank you so much again for your donation earlier, Kaiser. Anybody else who would like to make a push towards some of our incentives, speedromizer.live/donate is where you go to push forward for some of our incentives, clear out some of our polls. We are raising money for QMUNITY, British Columbia's resource center for queer, trans, two-spirit, intersectional and asexual folks. Please do stop by.
Okay, I made that look. That one was hard to actually do, both casually and in speedrunning-ish. I'm surprised I made that work out. I'm surprised I got that first try. That is not an easy one to do. Lots of stuff I had to do to make that one work.
Hello. Hello. Okay.
By the way, those ones, unfortunately, I do have to wait for them to finish the sequence, or they'll not actually accept it. So that's the reason I don't do anything until they're done. I actually have to do it that way. The ones with the password, it doesn't matter.
Hello. Hello. Password. Okay.
And then we're gonna do it for them. And I'm gonna do a little bit of a weird, what's gonna look kind of weird in a moment, but trust me, it makes sense. So we're gonna go in here. This sets a checkpoint, but also it, going through there the first time removes any of those red rings I have. And I actually want to carry one through it, so we need to, go in there real quick, and then I'm gonna go do a second one.
Hello. Hello. Okay.
Also, I forgot to actually make that one white. And that's okay. Wasn't a big deal, it's just kind of like, oh yeah, I should have done that.
Hello.
Alright, and now for fun with mines. Okay, good. If I die during any of that, I will actually lose the red ring, and have to get it back. Oop. Hit into my input for a second, that's okay. Alright, we're gonna go up here. Ellum is just gonna be like, ooh, honey, and eat that. By the way, small flash light warning again. And then we're gonna get the bees, we're gonna run right on back down, and we're gonna, and Ellum can say hi to those. Ellum can have the bees. You can have the bees as a treat. But yeah, if you don't hear first, the game does actually tell you, like, hey, Ellum doesn't like bees, and that's supposed to be how you learn, oh, bees can make it, bees will make it stop eating. Ooh, very good job.
Wait.
Yeah, by the way, if you're in certain animations and you do that, the mine explodes, but doesn't explode you. So it's very useful. It is surprisingly easy to mess it up because I've definitely had runs where I forget to tell Ellum stop. Ellum then follows me and then gets shot. And you don't want that, because if you lose Ellum, there is nothing you can do about it. You have to just tend to take the death if that occurs. Oh, wait a minute. I actually need Ellum still. We're not actually done. So wait for our friend to get back. Forgot about that jump for a second. And now for more fun with mines, if I do this right. I missed the jump. That's okay. The good news is we keep our rocks. We keep our rocks. I just have to tell Ellen to follow.
Follow me.
Okay, there we go. Second try's good. Yeah, for some reason, yeah, you can make him a perfect, you can actually not get killed by certain ones if you do it right. Now for this one. Get over here, throw that upwards. We're good, get back on.
Follow me.
That's not the way I wanted that to go, but we can work with it.
Hello.
Alright, get back through this one.
Help!
Follow me.
And while that squid is just kind of like having a moment, I'm just gonna run on past, and we're actually done with Emblem here. We can finally get off our friend, and hopefully the slogs on the way here do not mess me up. They did not, so that was great. Alright, now let's make our way into the temple here, and hopefully not get hacked by RNG. Let me in. Let me in, awesome. If it doesn't do that, I lose 30 seconds each time that fails. We also have more trials in this one. We have 8 now. And straps are scary. Straps will chase you. But also we can bait them if we need to. So I'm gonna get up here and get our song. There's a good chance this strap will be a decent bit from us by the time I'm done, and in this case it is. I'm gonna come down here. I'm gonna be just kind of bait it out, and then get back up. And now we're gonna run. And now we're gonna run. And now we need to wait for the strap to move, because if we don't, the strap will get us. So I need them to be away from me. That's good enough. That's not a good spot. I need to bait you again. You know what? I don't work with it. That's fine. Okay, trial 1's done. Trial 1 is done. Trial 1 is scary.
We get ones in the chat for trial 1.
Could we also did, well, maybe don't do 1, but could we get, you know what, $2. It's still not a lot, but hey, it still does to community.
$2 for trial 2, anybody?
Thankfully, this one is a way easier trial because there's a lot less that can go wrong. I say as if I haven't gone too fast and actually hit the bomb, because I have definitely done that. But if you're too fast, the bomb actually blows up and then hits, and then the explosion actually catches you. In the meantime, though, we are gonna just... I should have done bells on a little earlier, but that's all good. Alright, Trial 3 is... looks hard, but it isn't as bad as it seems. It is very important I make sure I buffer most of the stuff I'm doing, so that way I didn't do it safely, at least at that early section. Alright, good. Because the slot's over there, the slot won't ever come after me now. And we can finish the rest of this with no real problem. And sometimes I'll just overshoot the door like that, and it just kind of bonks into it. It's alright. But this one will throw you off a little bit. The bell song's right here at the start. It casually, apparently it's decently common to do everything else and then forget, and then be like, where's the bell song? And then have to come back all the way here to get to it. But now I'm gonna run, make sure I avoid those bats. Flight a bit to slow myself down, so this rabbit just kind of chasing me does nothing. This one won't ever touch me, because I can be very safe from that one. And then we just roll here, fall. And that crab can chase you, and if you're really slow, it can get you, but most of the time it shouldn't. Alright, I'm gonna drop down here, and then we tackle these last four. Yeah, and by the way, if you chant, they just kind of fake noises like that. Like, how dare you? Ooh, that's not how that was supposed to go. Dude just ran off. That's what I did wrong, Claire. That's okay. We'll just do it again. Sometimes things are a little bit weird. Also, they're very territorial, so if they actually are in the same room, they fight, and one of them will die. And then they do like a little victory speech and everything. This won't be the only trial we do that in, because there's another one where we take advantage of that detail. I went too far. Again, game is very precise. Very easy to take to death for doing things out of order, or just you went like a couple tiles too far or whatever. Resident should be fine as long as we don't do a very accidental thing. I have managed to find an accidental glitch in this game. Oh, I jumped on me. That's okay. I jumped. So you've noticed like a lot of time I've done like where I've fallen, I've been able to just kind of act instantly out of it. That is called a fast fall. And there is a fast fall you can accidentally store right there. And if you do that, Abe, instead of Abe going through the thing like he should, he actually falls through and dies. There we go. That's how that was supposed to go.
I don't know.
And now we can make our way through the rest of this trial, honestly, very safely. There's really nothing to worry about. Like, we just come up here, we did our switch that we need to hit, we did the bell song finally, and then we just kind of like walked off into the lift, and the strap can't get us. But there is no fear unless you are too slow or something. Like that one that one will chase, but it won't come down here. Now Trial 7 is the one that's a little bit worrisome. Trial 7 is actually decently RNG heavy for what it is. We'll see if we get through it. So I'm gonna get in here and hopefully do these right. Alright, we got it. That was good. And those two are going to be busy fighting. One of them will be dead. The part after this is actually the main thing that can be RNG. Just kind of depends on where the strap ends up. We may have to bait it. We are going to have to bait it. And then I'm just gonna run. Get up here real quick. They'll get territorial. Or not. And then I'm gonna go over here. And they might actually end up fighting. At the very least, this will be far enough away to not be a problem. As long as I don't bond the wall. If I bond the wall, we might be might have been a different case. And now the final trial. That is the hardest part of the whole thing. That is the hardest part of the trial. This is a way harder way to do this. That's really neat. It is apparently also like a one-frame trick. It is very hard to actually nail, and I had a lot of trouble doing it. Honestly, massive shout out to Len Blum and others from the Oddworld community, because a lot of them came into the chat, and Len Blum especially was a lot of help in just kind of getting this run down and figuring out other ways to do certain runes when it ended up being needed. But now we have our final trial for Slovenia. We're gonna go through the nests. The nests honestly aren't much worse or different from the ones for the Paramonia. We just need to make sure we don't miss a jump. Okay, good. Then we just keep holding up, so we keep hoisting ourselves up, and then we go up here. Keep running. Alright, we're pretty much in the clear. And then we're gonna wait for the strap to walk back over, and down he goes. And that was Romania. That was a very good death segment. And now we have the abilities from both of those. We have what is called the treacle power that basically turns us into kind of a paramite scrap bits. In this game, all it really does is, as we transform, we'll do like an electrical attack against everything in the room. And I mean everything. So there's going to be another flash and light warning as we electrify all the stuff in this next room. So I'm going to go here and chant, and then we do this instead. And that's the treacle power. There's a few other spots where we can get it, and for each case, it is definitely to just blow everything up all at once, but it is it's very situational by design. But anyways, we're done with all of that. We are going to make our way back into the Eruptor Farms now, because it's time to rescue the rest of the Modokans. But we're not going to be doing that. I don't know why I rolled. That was the wrong action to do. But we're gonna have one more like bit of fun stuff with mines.
Oops.
So let's stay back here.
Oops.
Alright, awesome. For some reason that also just kind of works. Also, that slot is weird and can do that. That is not because I did. That's because I messed up. I didn't hit my jump.
I don't know.
I don't know why I hit the wrong button. I didn't circle. Don't mind me. Okay, good. Why did I do that? That's the wrong input to make. Alright, we actually got that very easily. It was a prize. You don't know how many times I have managed to have that slot hit the mine early and I haven't like moved enough to be safe. By the way, this is the Modokan I was talking about with Sword of the Rhine.
Hello. Follow me. Okay.
We're gonna make this one follow us, we're gonna do this, and it's the only Modokan we ever save in the run, and only because we have to. But yeah, we're back in the farms. You might remember this from the first stage, about a minute in. Unfortunately, I have to remind you, this is 80%, and we're not going to be saving any Modokans. Except for that one.
Wait.
Okay, the Zudlond actually went well. That's most of this run is scary for one reason or another. But now we're gonna get here. I'm gonna just kind of walk over, I'm gonna get up on the ledge, and we're gonna take the sled, because we actually need the sled to do a password for us.
Get him.
That should be it. Good. get rid of that one. And then I'm gonna just kind of follow myself way over here.
What?
Do that, because then they can't get me. And yeah, so the zoo lines are structured a lot like the temples were. Like, almost entirely the same. I was too slow. Try that again. I don't know if we did them or not. Hopefully we did.
Wait.
But yeah, these are a lot like the trials, except now we have Medakins. Or, you know, more readily apparent Medakins. There's a lot of secret areas in this game. And by that I mean even the first room of the game has a secret area. It turns out. But most of these trials are a lot shorter. Most of these are a lot shorter than the Paramonia and Strabania trials. And it's a little bit less you gotta do. The main thing you gotta hit is just this one lever that hits a switch, and then get out.
What? What? Wait.
As long as we do this safely, like, honestly, the rest of this run is gonna be pretty, honestly, not too bad. There's a couple of rooms that can be really nasty, like this one can definitely be one. So I'm gonna throw two of those bombs, get rid of both of them, get up here, make sure we're nice and safe. Okay, good, cool, I got it. And now the slip's gonna actually do the rest of the job for us. So I'm gonna get into this room. I'm gonna get rid of this extra one. Get rid of them because there's a bunch of slots. And no one said that Abe had to hit the lever, so we can let them do it and then get rid of them. And then that's it. That is the second Zulon. The Zulon is actually, the Zulons are actually like kind of the generally faster part of the run. But there's still a lot in the run. There's still a lot of ways you can mess it up if you're not careful. But once we get here, unfortunately we're out of grenades, so I have to do this a little differently than what you might want to do in the run. I messed that up.
Hello.
Okay, never mind. The slits can also do some really fun things like this. So I'm gonna go over to the squad and I'm gonna be like this. And they'll follow me now. And then yeah, so slots will listen to slits, and slit can basically tell it to follow them or go after someone. And then I can just make it come over, get rid of that other slit, come back, and then, well, it's outlit, it's done what I needed, so I just get rid of them. And now for one of the surprisingly longer parts of Zulon 3, where I have to slide into a door, and if I don't do it, there's a slit right there, ready and waiting.
Wait. What? What?
I swear I'm making this run look easy. This run is not easy.
Wait. What?
I can't stress this enough. The learning process was definitely surprisingly brutal. But we have the easiest room of the run now. So this is the second door. We're basically stepping it.
Ow! What?
We're basically stepping in. We can actually like use the ledges to keep ourselves from taking fatal damage from falls. And just do that and we're done. That's it. Second door is nothing. And then there's third door, and third door is mean. I don't think I have to explain why, as you can see with that mine.
Wait! Ow! Ow!
So we're gonna do this. Replenish grenades, we actually need them. And then I can just safely walk off of these. I'm gonna go into this other room, and I'm gonna go back in. Hit this to get rid of that electrical field, and then I'm gonna wait for this mine. Okay, I can breathe now. If you thought it was over, it's not. But anyways, if there's any messages, sorry, this is a good time for them as I go through the tunnels.
Absolutely. So this has been quite the run for Soul. He's learned so much in the last 90 days. And yes, it has only been 90 days, because Speedromizer is a charity marathon with a twist, where what you submit is not what you run. Accepted runners are randomly assigned a game from someone else and have 90 days to learn their respective game. If that sounds like an awesome concept to you, make sure to join our Discord at speedromizer.live/Discord for more information. Not every game is going to be nearly as difficult as this one. Soul just very bravely took on the challenge. Most games will be much, much shorter. There are often coaches to help you through this process. As Soul has talked about the wonderful community around this game, helping her to learn. We would love to have you join us.
What?
Okay, we're more or less safe now. And yeah, somebody who's actually been part of this since, I think, Speedromizer 3? Yeah, I have learned several games through this. This one's honestly probably been one of the harder ones outside of VII. VII is also on the harder side, being kind of also a precision platformer. It's not a puzzle game like this one is. I'm gonna have to be careful though. That slog is going to be ready for me. Okay. I think we're fine now as long as I get to the door. We're good. Alright, and because I got rid of those slids earlier, the rest of this passage is completely safe. I have nothing to worry about. We just very safely made our way across, and then we have like the final parts of the run. Actually, we're like really close to the end. I don't trust this. I don't like the time in here. Oh, this is really bad. They are not giving me the time of day.
What? What?
Okay, we made it. That has been one of the harder runs for me. I'm glad I got through that.
Ow! Ow!
Now, as long as I don't mess this up. Alright, we're dead. Okay, this leaves the boardroom, which is the final room, the final set of rooms for the run. So time will be coming up very soon. By the way, there is bats now, and we have 2 minutes to shut that off, or well, I don't have to explain what happens here.
Timer countdown, red lights, drama.
Yeah, 2 minutes is actually very generous. We don't need anywhere near it. Alright, time will be on the last input I make in this next room. Time. And, now to kind of explain what goes on here. So, there are 2 endings for this
I
game.
rescued Budaki.
One is if you say 50 or more,
who's gonna
you get
rescue me?
teleported out at the end, and you're basically
here
regarded
I
as a
am.
hero.
Face to
If you
face.
don't, you get the scene that comes after this, but it's just kind of like Abe didn't do a whole lot of nothing.
Did you see him? Yeah, he didn't do much, but Abe,
He's just
one of
like
us. He wasn't
Abe,
good.
Abe was no good. He didn't help us at all.
What do you think? He was a schmuck.
And they're just kind of like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, let him.
Let him.
And unfortunately, that is it for Abe. Abe just does that. And then the dame is mean. The dame just is like, well, you didn't do it right. And then it will, funny enough, it will spit you out back at the start of that final section. To give you another chance to try to save more of them, if you didn't save enough. If you can run into a situation where there isn't enough to save, and then you have to start the whole thing over. The game is thankfully a little on the short side as a result of that. Also, I'm aware that I have, ruined that estimate.
The Speedromizer way, baby. That's what we're talking about. Okay, so I gotta ask, what was your PB prior to this? Was this a PB?
This
what
was
are
not
we...
a PB. I was over that by about 23 seconds. So it was very
23
close.
seconds away from PB. Holy cow.
I have had runs that have been way worse. Like, I've definitely had runs where I get stuck for a while in like a couple of rooms, and then it's like I'm 5 minutes over by the time I finally get through it. In fact, the last PB I got, it could have been a sub 50 loadless. Unfortunately, it wasn't until I lost 3 minutes in that room with the 2 slids that I was trying to work with.
Absolutely incredible job.
But yeah, just to further prove the point of it just spits you out. It does that. So you're just brat here, and in fact, it's like nothing happened. Like that Mudokkin's still around and everything.
It's a time loop.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, maybe.
Kind of. I think Exodus works similarly. I don't actually know, but I know there's a lot more Mudokkins in that game you have to save. It's like, I think it's like 150 or 300 or something like that. That's a big number. But they do a lot more quality of life. But I guess real quick, big shout outs to Lindblom. I know, unfortunately, it was a little too late for him to actually be here. Just time zone differences. It's like, it's somewhere like it's past midnight. So he wasn't able to make it. And that's very much okay. But massive shout outs to him. He has helped me immensely through this run. He has a very good guide in terms of just trying to ease you into the strats. Like, it tells you like stuff to do. It has different ways of how to do it. Not different, somewhat different ways of how to do it, but also different ways it's presented, like it's in text, where that's the way you learn it. There's multiple GIFs throughout the document, if that's more your style. There's video links to basically almost everything in this run, like down to like individual segments. And I know there's probably gonna be like a couple things that maybe update and spell things out, based on me learning this run even. But honestly, the series seems neat. I do want to like try the other ones at least casually. I don't know if it's about as a speedrun. This one is tough, and I've heard Exodus is even harder, and it's also 3 times as long. Because there's so much more to that game. But apart from that, as far as myself, you can catch me on Twitch, obviously, twitch.tv/BeamQueenSoul, and I go by that on socials, namely just Blue Sky, really. But I am generally a Kirby speedrunner, and in fact, we have a Kirby game in this marathon because of me. That was the game I submitted. But I also been dabbling in Metroid more recently. I've been doing a bunch of stuff with the GBA ones, and obviously I've been doing this game on other platformers. Like I've also run Spyro. That was also a Speedromizer game I've done. That was also a very fun one to learn. But generally, I'm a little bit all over the place, but that's the main things. But I also do casual stuff. I do some Pokemon things as well. Probably decently obvious from the avatar I'm using. Simply put, if you liked any of that, definitely follow me either on Twitch or on socials. I'd be happy to have you. Thanks again to Tara for hosting for this. Yeah, this is Abe. He's just on a shrug. But yeah, thanks for having me. Like I've said, not the last you'll see me in this event, because there are other times I'll be hosting. So you'll probably see me on the host and see at least a couple more times.
Thank you so much for everything that you do here, Soul. Thank you for a fabulous run, for so many fabulous runs in the past, for your hosting duties tonight, and for an incredible run coming in over an hour under estimate. That is just what happens here at Speedromizer. Speedromizer is just an incredible, incredible place to see things happen that you might not have expected. People learning games that they have never played before, and absolutely blowing expectations out of the water. For those of you just joining us, Speedromizer is a charity marathon with a twist, where what you submit is not what you run. Accepted speedrunners are randomly assigned a game from another speedrunner and have 90 days to learn their respective reshuffled game. If that sounds like an awesome concept to you, make sure to join our Discord at speedromizer.live/Discord. That Discord is a fabulous place to meet other speedrunners as well, to see, to join a community of folks looking to organize marathon events like this, raising money for fabulous causes like QMUNITY, where you're raising money for tonight. QMUNITY's mission is to improve queer, trans, and two-spirit lives through support, connection, and leadership. They envision vibrant, diverse, and celebrated queer and trans communities where individuals are empowered to live their lives fully, free from discrimination. Thanks to your support, QMUNITY is able to ensure that no one in British Columbia gets left behind. If you would like to donate to QMUNITY, please visit speedromizer.live/donate, or you can type an !donate in the chat. You can scroll down below the video here on Twitch for our donation link. And while you're there, take a look at some of the fabulous, fabulous, fabulous incentives we have available. Essentially, power-ups for this run, or for this marathon. So, as of right now, there are a number of fabulous incentives here. Looks like here I am actually looking at our schedule for tomorrow. You can certainly join me there at speedromizer.live/schedule. Looks like here. Yeah, our polls here on our donation page for character selection, for a character name. One in particular for Metal Gear Solid 3, that's going to be coming up on Sunday, where you can choose the category. Now, I need you to understand something, right? When people are learning speedruns, there's all sorts of tech that you need to understand. Our fabulous, fabulous runner, Nick Harpy Green, has learned 3 different categories to play. And you can put money towards choosing that category. There are a number of bonus runs, bonus showcases that you can unlock. You can take a look at those. Some of those may be coming up tomorrow. There's a bonus level showcase for Skyblazer that we are still 36 Canadian dollars away from unlocking. And I did say Canadian dollars. I know we've got a pretty substantial audience in the US. It's less than $36 to unlock another showcase. Coming up on Sunday, Ghostland Yard, a game that has been run here before by yours truly, is going to be run again by some fabulous, fabulous new runners to the game. There's a bonus run for a world that has never been seen on a Marathon Showcase before. And of course, Disney's Extreme Skate Adventure. Bonus Nokia mission. Who doesn't want to see a Nokia mission? So, for some reason, the cell phone companies. Disney's Extreme Skate Adventure. Bonus Nokia mission. Just the sound of those words rolling off of my tongue. It has to. It has to. Right? Take a look at that schedule. See if there are any games you are interested in seeing. Right? See if there are any runners you recognize. See if there's anybody hosting who you'd like to see more of. Think about what you might like to say on stream with your donations. I'm really, really excited to see where the rest of this 2-weekend showcase goes. To raise 281 Canadian dollars in one day. Less than one day, right? Less than 24 hours. We're this far. We've set records in the past. 1,000 Canadian dollars, 2,000 Canadian dollars. Let's see what we can get through next couple of weekends. Be sure to visit speedromizer.live/donate again to take a look at all of those fabulous incentives for a fabulous cause. I don't know if you can hear my buddy in the background here. Lemma, do you want to say hi to the... We have a special guest. You can't see him. You may be able to hear him. Come back Sunday. Maybe you'll get to see him too. Maybe we make a little donation incentive to get this guy on camera. Isn't that right? Yeah. Lemma loves y'all. So do I. And that is why I want to make sure that you are all taking care of yourselves. I want to make sure that you are nourishing yourselves physically, food and drink, that you are getting rest, that you are connecting with the rest of this community. And that is why I think for today, we do need to pause, refresh ourselves, and come back stronger tomorrow. Looks like here we are starting at 8:40 a.m. Central Time in the US. That will be roughly just shy of 12 hours from now. That's 8 hours for sleep, plus just shy of 4 for eating, drinking, showering, cuddling with your pets, cuddling with your friends, just saying hello to your friends if you're not in a cuddling mood. I'm looking forward to seeing y'all there tomorrow. Looking forward to seeing some of these fabulous runs tomorrow. here at twitch.tv/Speedromizer, or for a quick shortcut, Speedromizer.live. Day 1 went incredibly quickly, and I'm looking forward to seeing how much action we can pack into Day 2. We're going to be raiding out here tonight, the Gaming 1000. Do we have any suggestions for a raid message? Normally, I'm on top of my raid message game, but I gotta say, I'm not entirely sure that, I've got one in mind here today. Let's take a look. I'm sorry, I misspoke. The Gaming 100. Gaming 100 is offline. Well, we should find somebody else to raid then. We should find somebody else to raid. Chat, do we have any suggestions? Anyone in our Speedromizer community live? We want Skyblazer. See. Ah, I think I see what may have happened. I have simply misspelled the gaming. Yep. That's amazing. We love to see it. Wait, I'll play Skyblazer soon. Oh, chat, you're about to be getting a sneak peek. About to get a sneak peek. Oh, this is gonna be amazing. About to get a sneak peek. Everybody wants Skyblazer. Skyrim wants Skyblazer. Georgie wants Skyblazer. Yeah, this seems like a fitting raid message here. I think we raid out. Let me get a link in the chat for y'all while one of our fabulous collaborators throws out the raid command. Just in case you get left behind for whatever reason.
I was so sure of our love.
Don't forget to join us there if the raid doesn't take you away.
I never thought of
Speedromizer. Drink your drinks. Eat your eats. Pet your pets. Get some sleep. We'll see you back here in just under 12 hours at Speedromizer.live. I'm Tara Stark. Thanks so much for joining us. We want Skyblazer.
Slow. We ended up just like